Good morning, everybody. I have already sent Amanda the link, and hopefully, she will be joining us shortly. I have a few questions about the Erica Cruz fight because I know it's a fight that she attempted to make a few months ago. They were finally able to get it over the line. I wanted to ask her about that. I wanted to ask her about Undisputed and making that history, having already made history for being a 7 division champion. I want to ask her about the potential, the prospect of making history. Danny, what it do? The prospect of making history in the 4 belt era as the first Puerto Rican champion of Puerto Rican descent to potentially become an undisputed champion was Goody Gary, all the way from Australia. And y'all more or less know the rules of engagement. When I'm talking to Amanda, I'm gonna be looking at Amanda. So if you guys have a question you would like to ask her, obviously I'm not gonna be looking at the chat. So you present it in the form of a super chat, and I will ask your question. And I'm instructing that all questions be respectful and be in the spirit of good humor. We're not ambushing people here. We're not going to violate or disrespect people here. This is a fan Q&A, and just going to have a good time and have a good time. Feel me? Cause shit, man. Yesterday was crazy, bro. But like I said, the proof is in the pudding too. Like I said, I've been saying that don't be me that be doing all that stuff, man. I'll be in my lane. I don't be doing none of that stuff. But yeah, yo. But other than that, I hope y'all all got some good sleep. I hope New Year's was good for y'all. It was good for me. Christmas, I hope all of that was good too. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, just gonna chill. Wait for the 7 division champion to join us. Hopefully, I've already sent her the link. So hopefully, we get it cracking and do this Q&A. And if nothing else, I'll start rapping. If nothing else, feel me? But yeah, yo, it's wild, man. It's wild. Got my tickets that already. Oh, you got your tickets already? I dig it. I dig it. It's gonna be a good fight. Amanda and Erica Cruz is a very good fight because Erica Cruz is a southpaw like Amanda. Erica's a pressure fighter. That means that she likes to come forward. She likes to be aggressive and stay with the opponent. And we all know that Amanda can punch. She's the biggest puncher in the featherweight division and one of the biggest punchers in the whole sport. So we know that between those two, that's an action fight. That's what that's going to be. That's an action fight. You get a boxer puncher and a pressure fighter in there, and they're both southpaws. It's going to be an action fight. And the real question is whether or not Erica will stay in character, because what happens sometimes when Amanda fights some of these girls, where sometimes they want to come forward, they don't want to come forward on Amanda. We seen that in the Mercado fight. Mercado, she's normally a pressure fighter, but with Amanda, because she knew Amanda's such a big puncher, she elected to move lateral and box and punch. So she spent a good portion of the fight just trying to create space. The same happened with Sarah Mahfoud. Sarah, normally she comes forward a bit, but when she knew that Amanda's so much a bigger puncher than she is, that she didn't want to engage, so she spent the fight creating space, pivoting, and trying to hook on the turn. That's what she's trying to do. So the interesting dichotomy between Cruz and Serrano is whether or not Erica Cruz will elect to stay in character and be that pressure fighter, be that aggressive pressure fighter. So we'll see. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, it's crazy. I just seen a thing where Rolly Romero says that Spence is avoiding him. Like, bruh, I don't understand. I didn't even understand that headline. Like, why would Errol be avoiding Rolly? Don't Rolly campaign at lightweight? Don't Errol campaign at welter? But the bar is so low these days. Anything gets printed, anything gets said. Shout out to Old Dirty. Que lo que? You already know. I agree. I like the card. Definitely better than the stacked tank card. Yeah, it's a very good card. You're going to see Alicia Baumgartner on it. You're going to see Sky Nicholson on it. You're going to see Ramla Ali. You're going to see Richard Hitchinson. It's going to be a very good card, a very good card. I half expected to see Franchon on that card. I half expected, because I know that she's supposed to be fighting Hannah Gabriels, and I kind of thought, they might put her on that show because that's another undisputed fight. It's an undisputed defense, but it still is an undisputed fight between Hannah and Franchon. But I guess maybe they'll put Franchon on Bam's card. I don't know. Like, I still kind of expect that maybe they'll add her to the show, but we'll see. We'll see. And it's gonna be a good card, man. It's gonna be a good card. Looking forward to it. That's gonna be at Madison Square Garden. For those that don't know, it's gonna be at Madison Square Garden. It's gonna be in a Hulu theater. They're gonna make history, so get your tickets. You know what I mean? Get your tickets. It's gonna be a good fight. And I see that Amanda has seen a post. I think she's going to be joining shortly. Very gracious of her. I've said it many times that I support her undisputed run because the featherweight division needs that, and the young American fighters, because see, the European women's boxing scene is very progressive. You know, you have three major broadcasters that they have entire stables of female fighters. Like Sky has a stable, Matchroom has a stable. Queensbury only has one fighter. They have Raven, but Raven's really good too. That's the other thing. Raven is really good. But you know, you see that it's a little bit more progressive in Europe, whereas in America, and I saw it the other day, you have Virginia Fuchs, who's a very good fighter, but she's not on a network. You have Tiara Brown, who's a very good fighter, but she's not on a network. You have O'Shea Jones, who turned pro. I think O'Shea turned pro last year. You have an unbeaten middleweight who's a very good middleweight in Jadeja Green. And there's a disparity between the number of American promotional outfits that are signing female fighters and what you see in Europe. That in Europe, it's normal. Wasserman has a stable. Boxer has a stable. Matchroom has a stable. And in America, it's not like that. PBC they don't have a stable of female fighters. Top Rank really only has two, where I think, they should have more. You know, like I think Virginia Fuchs and Tiara Brown, those would be good signings for them. Those would be very good signings. And it won't be hard to make their fights. It won't be hard. O'Shea Jones is another one they need to look at because, you know, Top Rank usually signs a lot of Olympians, a lot of fighters that competed at that amateur level. So I'm like, well, those fighters would be perfect for Top Rank. You know what I mean? But hopefully things change, man. Hopefully, you know, they'll sign them. Christina Cruz is another one, the Puerto Rican fighter, Christina Cruz. She's another one. She has a good amateur background. And it's just, you see the difference between the American boxing scene and the European one, that if we're talking about the European one, well, if those fighters were European, they would have already had contracts. But in the American boxing scene, it's like you have really good fighters that they're not getting signed. They don't have a major platform to fight on. So the relevance of this fight and Amanda Serrano's continued success, it's not just, it's for Undisputed. It's also to show the broadcasters, to show the promoters and the investors, to normalize. Like, yeah, you could put two girls on a main event and it's going to pop. It's going to do well and you're going to get a good fight and the customers are going to be happy. That's what you want. So the featherweight division definitely needs it, not just for the lineage of the featherweight division, but for the greater good of the sport overall, to continue to show people that with Taylor and Serrano, with Shields and Marshall, you can put together a really great show and people are going to like it and the fighters are going to deliver. And if you're a promoter, well, you know, that's what you want. You know what I mean? So it's like that. What's goody, Danny Lopez? Que lo que, manín? In the building. And yeah, man, you know, so I see Amanda has seen the post. She should be joining us shortly. I already sent her the link. You know what I mean? And we out here, yo. We out here. But yeah, you know, that's basically the virtue. That's the virtue of it all, is to develop a more hospitable environment for a female pugilist who wants a platform to fight on, you know, because the American platforms are still more or less hesitant, with the exception of, let's say, if you took Matchroom out of it, you know, Top Rank isn't signing that many female fighters. They only have Sinicia and Michaela, but they could do with 2-3 more. You know, yeah, they could do with 2-3 more. If I'm them, I would pick up Virginia Fuchs, Tiara Brown, and O'Shea Jones. Oh, and that girl from Portland, Oregon, Deanna Estrada, and Zarina McCoy. You could make fights for all of them. Fights for those fighters would not be hard to make, and you can groom them and develop them, and they already have the talent. They just need the platform. What's goody actual? What's goody Dennis? If I was an American fighter, I would do the same thing that Ebony Bridges did. Relocate, fighting England, be a star there. They love boxing. That's a very good point. What Ebony did was very smart, because she knew that if she stays domestic, she may not fight on a world stage. So whatever notoriety she receives will be domestic notoriety. Whereas if you really want to hit the big time, you got to travel, and that's a lot of the time, the guys have been doing that for years. When you see fighters from other countries that migrate over to America, that's essentially what they're doing. They want to fight on a world stage, so they're going to go where they believe the best money for them is. And that's more or less what Ebony did, that she knew if she stays in Australia, she's going to stay domestic. But if she goes to Europe, if she goes to the UK, she has a better shot at fighting in very big fights. And it worked out. That was one of my top prospects to watch in 2020. I always do that every year. The Ring IQ top prospects to watch. Ebony was one of them. Shernika Johnson, the current reigning IBF champion, she was another. And it's all panning out. It's crazy that they're relying on Eddie to sign them. Yeah, I mean, and speaking of Ebony, did anyone have her only? Hey, I'm married, bruh. I don't be looking at people OnlyFans and stuff like that. I don't. You know what I mean? But if y'all do, like and subscribe. And the rules of engagement, as stated, the rules of engagement are as followed. Once Amanda joins, I'm going to be looking at Amanda. So if any of you might have a question that you want to ask, you got to present it in the form of a super chat, because I'm not going to be looking at the chat. I'm going to be looking at Amanda. So, yeah, I mean, and we out here, yo. Hopefully she joins in a little bit. Yeah, I mean, think she's probably getting ready. Sophia, what it do? We're talking boxing today, Sophia. No madness, no craziness. We're talking boxing today. They know Matchroom is the best for them, which, yeah, there's going to be some truth in that. There's definitely going to be truth in that Matchroom, they have a very diverse stable of fighters. Shout out to my man Country. Good morning, Country. We out here. They have a very diverse stable of fighters. They have fighters from all around the world. Obviously, they have UK fighters. They have American fighters like Alicia Baumgartner. They have Australian fighters like Ebony Bridges and Sky Nicholson. They have a Brazilian fighter, a great young fighter, an amateur standout, and Beatriz Ferreira. And you have Ellie Scottney, Ramla Ali. You have Chantel Cameron. You have Rhiannon Dixon. You have Katie Taylor from Ireland, obviously. You know what I mean? They got a very diverse stable of fighters. Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor proved to everyone, including myself, that females... All right, that's Amanda. Hold on. She says she's having a little bit of a hard time logging in. Mega fight, and if I was a promoter, yes, it's a great time to invest in the sport. It's a great time. I'm gonna get Alicia on. I'm gonna ask Alicia. I'm gonna ask her. You got to be patient with me. Be patient. You gotta be patient with me. Yeah, she's having a little bit of a hard time logging in. What's goody? Smokey, didn't the WBC say Every card needs to have women on it. Now, yeah, I do remember that a couple of months ago, the WBC said that at their convention. They said that they would like for every championship boxing match to have a female fight on it. I don't know if that's gone into implementation yet. I don't know, you know, I guess all the inner workings of that, but I do remember that they said that. They said that at their last convention. AJ, what it do? And yeah, yo. Ask Amanda when she's gonna do another fight in Puerto Rico. I missed her last fight in San Juan. Yeah, that was the Evelyn Bermudez fight, which was a really good fight. That was part of Ring City, USA. She fought two division Argentinian champion Evelyn Bermudez. Ended in a really nice knockout. Two body shots. She folded right up. You know, if you know Amanda, you know she can go to the body and she can hurt you to the body. And Evelyn, she was standing in front of Amanda so much that Amanda just two-pieced her, mop, mop, folded her right up. There she is.
Matt, can you get off the ring?
There's Amanda. Everybody say hi to Amanda. How you doing, Amanda?
Hey, how you doing?
Really good, really good. So first, just start off questions. How was your New Year's and how was your Christmas?
It was great. It was great. Same thing we do every year with the family, comiendo, eating, and and celebrating the year, the great year that we had, and just amazing like always.
All right, now you finally, I know you finally were able to pin down the Erica Cruz fight. I know that you guys tried before, but it wasn't working out before. What changed that finally, I guess, made her come around? Because the story was you guys made her a good offer, but for whatever reason, she didn't want to take it. So, what do you think changed that she decided to accept the fight now?
Well, I think the WBA mandated her, so she had no choice but to fight me. It was either, give up the title, like many of these fighters have done in the past to me, and she's a warrior. She's a Mexican. She's a champion. She's she's Mexican, so she was gonna be like, no, no one's gonna. It's not gonna be easy for her for me to, or anyone to take the title away from her. She worked super hard for it. She's defended it twice. She won it from the champion, so she wasn't gonna just give it to me. So I'm glad that we got the fight.
Do you anticipate, because what oftentimes happens in your fights is fighters that are normally aggressive, they don't want to get aggressive with you. That happened in the Mercado fight. That happened in the I think Sarah Mahfoud fight too, because Sarah normally comes forward. She can be aggressive, but in esa pelea, she didn't want to engage. Do you feel that that's going to happen with Erica?
You know what? I mean, we're preparing for either way, for either fighter, if she's gonna come to run or she's gonna come to brawl. I honestly think, like I said, she's a tough Mexican fighter, and I'm hoping that she comes to brawl. She's not gonna make it easy for me just to take her title from her, and I got my four up for grabs, and she's gonna want that. So I think she's gonna come to fight. She's tough. She's an amazing person, fighter, and I mean, we're definitely working on cutting off the ring if she wants to run and go that way. But I'm prepared for both.
Yeah, because that was another thing I was going to ask you. That in preparation, now that you've seen that, some of these fighters that normally come forward and they're normally aggressive, sometimes when I'm fighting them, they don't want to do that with me. Has cutting off the ring been something that you added to your overall training?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely adding that a lot more because we know that's where the fighters are going. They'll say, "Oh, if Amanda can't hit me, then she's not gonna knock me out." But then again, if I can't, I mean, if you can't hit me, you're not gonna beat me. I'm just gonna keep coming forward, and I'm gonna try to get the knockout. But yeah, we realize, people don't realize how hard I hit until I get in there and I hit them, and then the game plan changes a little bit, and they'll start to run. So I have to be prepared for both, and that's what we're training for.
Now,
Cutting the ring off and catching her.
I wanted to ask you about the fight of the year. I think everybody that saw that fight, if they weren't a fan before, they became a fan after that, because that was like a movie. You see what I mean? That it was built up for so long, and when it finally had, it's like everything you want to see in a fight. I wanted to ask you, now that you two have fought, what do you feel you learned about Katie in that fight that perhaps you didn't know before?
Well, I always knew Katie was a tough fighter. She's a tough champion, and she's undefeated for a reason. And I just know what we need to work on a little more. And and obviously I know that can't leave it to the judges fighting Katie Taylor in any of her promotion, hometown, wherever it's gonna be at. But I just I learned a lot from myself more than when I learned from Katie. I learned that I deserve to be in that spotlight. I deserve to be fighting the pound for pound best fighters with the top three. And I'm just excited. Hopefully everything goes well with this fight and we get the rematch.
Second thing, I remember that there were moments, not just that fight, but in the past, that you thought that I remember in 2018, you were like, the sport's not treating the women fairly. They're not paying, and you thought about leaving. And was it surreal for you to see, like, damn, yo, it's 19,000 people here to see me fight? We the main event. We not on the undercard. We the reason that 19,000 people is here. What was that like for you?
It was amazing. No, I mean I knew we had a great impact with promoting and with two great fighters, and everybody wanted to see that fight for a very long time. And it was just I think it was like coming all together. Katie's a great champion. I'm a great champion. I've been in the game super long, for 13, going on 14 years. I've been a professional, and to finally see that people are starting to respect women's boxing, respect us. It's not even they respect us as fighters, not even as women. So just to show that to the promoters, to networks, to people in the audience that we deserve great great nights like that. And as you see, as the year went along, we had better fights, great fights, and this year, 2023, is starting off with a great bang, a great card, February 4th.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Now, Jake Paul, you linked up with Jake Paul, and it seems that he had a very positive impact in your career. In what way would you describe his role towards where you are now in your career? What changed?
Well, he helped out tremendously. I as before, we definitely cried about the pay that we get, the recognition, the platform, and he came along and he put a spotlight on me, and people were curious like to see who is this Amanda Serrano. And if they see one girl, then they would decide to let me watch another girl and see another girl, and they see that there's talent out there. We especially now, you see girls coming from the amateurs, from the Olympics, and we have great talent coming up in the sport. But he's been a great help to me. He's like, I'll say he's younger than me, my little big brother, because he's always rooting for me. He's always pushing for the best for me, for better pay, for better promotions, just to go out there. And he's been a tremendous help, and I'm super proud to be part of MVP. And I just can't wait to make him proud, February 4th.
Now, Jake very recently announced that he's going to transition to mixed martial arts the same way that you did, that he plans on doing that. What was some of the differences that you encountered when you transitioned to mixed martial arts? Like, what are some things that he's going to have to work on? Because boxing is different from MMA.
Oh
You
yeah,
train differently.
yeah, definitely. But I don't know if too many people know, but I think when he was in high school, I think his brother and him, they wrestling, so he knows a little wrestling. I think that's the hardest part, the wrestling and jiu-jitsu. Boxing is like 20%, maybe 15% in MMA. So and then he's just young, and he's a little, he don't care. So I think that's gonna help him a lot, because that's what helped me in MMA. I'm just, I'm ruthless, I'm relentless, and I'm just very willing to learn. The same thing with Jake. Like he wants to learn everything, and I think he's a hard worker, and I think he'll do great in it.
Now, we had a fan ask earlier, when can they expect you to fight in Puerto Rico again? If there's any plans to fight in Puerto Rico.
Oh my God, I would love to. I mean, it's not up to me. I mean, if it was up to me, I'll be fighting there every week, every every chance I get. But I don't. I mean, it's not up to me. I would love to fight very soon.
All right. Now you still. I'm gonna say you're still in New York, right? So what's that like for you to have all these things happening now? It's almost like a 180. You know what I mean? That it's like you about to do this big fight. It's in New York. 4 belts, another Guinness World Record. Because unless I'm mistaken, you already hold one. You got the one for 7 divisions. This
Yeah.
one is, I believe, for the first Puerto Rican champion of Puerto Rican descent becoming undisputed. If you win, when you win. How does that feel to make history on those two fronts?
It's truly amazing, and to make history in the same venue at the Hulu Theater. I won my seventh division there, and I also won the first piece of the puzzle there at the Hulu when I beat Heather Hardy for the WBO. So to win the first piece puzzle there, and then to win the last one would be truly amazing. I love fighting at the Garden. I love fighting at Hulu. It's amazing. The venue is small, and it's just you have everybody there supporting you. Being in New York is amazing, and then I had people coming from Puerto Rico flying down to come see me. So it's gonna be an amazing night. I just can't wait for February 5th to celebrate.
All right, Country asks, morning and happy New Year's. Amanda, do you feel that you can stop Katie in a rematch? My respect to both of you for a definite fight of the year. Win or lose after the rematch, who would you fight afterwards?
Well, I think obviously that's we have to stop her to beat her. But you know what? I mean, it's not going to be extremely easy because Katie is she's a tough warrior, and she's a great fighter. So, but that definitely has to be the mindset this time to go out, and I believe I have the power to do so. And after that fight, I know what I have to do, and it's just going out there and executing it.
Yeah, because in the fight, I was actually, I watched the fight, loved the fight. I was shocked. Like, it looked like you were going to stop her. I think that was in the fifth or the sixth.
The
It
fifth,
looked
yeah.
like you were going to. Were you surprised that you could hurt her, though? Because you'd never fought before. And it's like I remember watching you, right? Right before y'all started, you was like, "Yo, this is crazy." You know what I mean? So it kind of took me back to realize it, like, wow, this is big for her too, though. Like she's in it, but it's big for her too. Were you surprised that, like, yo, I can hurt her, I can stop her? Did that
No,
surprise you?
no, I'm never surprised. This is the her business. You go out there and you have to fight, and you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your power, and I believe I can hurt anybody if I go out there and I have the chance to land a good punch. But I wasn't surprised.
All
I
right,
mean, I
all
was
right.
surprised that she withheld it and she came. But no, I wasn't even surprised with that because she's a warrior.
Jay says, do you feel that the decision was fair against Katie?
I mean, I didn't feel that I lost. I felt that it was a very close fight. Yes, I do feel that. But I feel like I did enough to win. But you know what? It wasn't Katie's fault. It wasn't my fault. It was just, you have three judges out there. Next time, you just can't leave it to the judges.
Are you at all, because they're saying, this is what I'm reading. They're saying, the second fight is going to be in Ireland. They're saying 80,000 fans. Is that at all intimidating for you to go there? You know that the majority of that crowd is going to be Taylor country. That's what it is. Is that at all intimidating?
No, you know what? Actually, after the fight, I think I gained a lot of Irish fans. After the fight, so many of them came up to me, and truly they were like, "We respect you. We definitely were fans of yours," and they realized that I'm just as good as Katie. I'm a warrior like Katie, and you know, they now are my fans. So I think it's gonna be just a great night. But going over there, I already know I'm like 5 rounds down. So you just gotta you just gotta go out there and just do what we have to do. Do I have to go out there and finish it.
Now, I saw recently, obviously people didn't know this about you, but I saw recently that you said that, usually you're always training. And for the first time in your career, you took a break, you said. You had like a month where you just chilled out. What?
Yeah. After my fight with Mafu, I get to my trainer Jordan. He was like, you know why that Katie Taylor fight, the promotion, the fight itself was just so overwhelming, and it was just so much. And after this fight, we was like, we got a month off. I just bought a house in Puerto Rico, so I was over there for a while, fixing it up, and it was just it was great. I needed it.
What? But aside from the house, like, what did you do? Like, how do you unwind when you're not training to break somebody's face? How do you relax?
Well, that's exactly what I was doing. I was fixing my house, which was the best thing, the best feeling in the whole wide world. I was painting, I was buying furniture, I was buying a whole bunch of stuff. So that was super fun for me.
All right. Hot Boxing says Taylor versus Serrano was easily fight of the year. We need that rematch, and
Yes.
and that's the other thing because you've been here through two different phases of boxing. You've been here through two different phases of the sport. You were here when it wasn't popular, and you're here when it's super popular and it's taking off. So is it like a Cinderella thing for you that it's like finally, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it is. It's super. It is. I'm super excited that I'm stuck around to see this part of it, and I'm glad to be a part of it and helping other girls get the spotlight as well, getting paid better. And there's so many times where I just wanted to be, I'm done with this, but I'm glad I stuck around.
Now, aside from your fight with Katie and your upcoming fight with Erica, what fight last year was your favorite fight that you saw? What was your favorite fight?
I don't know. Well, we were fight of the year, so I mean, just being a part of that fight was super cool. But I mean, I'm not a fight fan really.
Really?
No,
You
I
don't?
don't. I mean, it depends on certain people that I like to support. I like to watch, but to run and sit home and watch a fight, it's too much boxing for me.
No, es verdad, porque tú boxeas, so it's like, bro, if when you're actually a boxer, maybe the best thing is to stay away from boxing unless you're training for boxing, porque uno se jalta, like, todos los días, el boxeo, todos los días, todos los días, todos los días.
Yeah,
So, so did you see Mayer versus Baumgartner?
yeah.
What did you think?
It was a good fight. It was a great fight, and I think the right person won. I think Alicia she edged it out a little more. She was a little more aggressive and more active than Michaela. But yeah, I think it was a great fight, and Clarissa Shields and
También.
Marshall. That was a great fight. That was action packed, and from round 1 to round 10, and I was happy for my girl Clarissa.
Una cuestión que está caliente. Que I knew this was gonna happen. All right, Emma Willis asks, you versus Alicia, who wins? And I knew this was coming because eso es lo que la gente quieren. Eso es lo que quieren. They want you. They
And then they
want.
always want to push other fighters against other champions versus champion. But listen, Alicia's on her path of becoming undisputed on the co-main event, and so am I. We both we need that one WBA to become undisputed, and much respect and love to Alicia. And I'm concentrating on what I need to do at featherweight, and then she needs to concentrate what she wants to do in super featherweight. But yeah, no, I love Alicia. I have no disrespect, no bad feelings towards any of these champions. We're fighting. We're doing this together. We have to help each other and to build the sport up. So I'm rooting for her for the fourth, and I'm rooting for myself the fourth.
Okay, otra cuestión. Vamos a decir, you win undisputed. What's your first meal as an undisputed champion? What are you gonna go to? La primera cosa que va a comer, ¿qué va a hacer?
Oh, I go to right near the garden, Jackson Hole Burgers, a 9-ounce burger, a mac and cheese burger to be exact.
Mac and cheese, el dia in a burger?
Yep.
Wow, dog. Eso es demasiado para mí. Eso es demasiado. Okay. Second question. What's your favorite song that's on the radio right now?
Well, I have a lot, but my favorite song right now is Bad Bunny. Any Bad Bunny song gets me hyped.
Okay. La última película que tuviste que te gustó.
Oh, I just saw I Want to Dance with Somebody with Whitney Houston. She's one of my, well, not with Whitney Houston, but the story of Whitney Houston, and I love Whitney Houston, so it was a great movie.
All right. Now, when you're home, you're not training for a fight, right? You're not doing that. You're not none of that. What do you like to watch on your downtime? What do you like to watch?
Whatever, I don't know, whatever they give me, like on Netflix. I'll watch series. I just finished watching Wednesday, which was just cute. So I like watching stuff like that. Nothing too intense. I like a little bit of comedy, romance.
Okay. What is a hidden talent that you have that perhaps people are not aware of?
I have no hidden talent. No, nope. I don't have any hidden talents.
All right. Let me think. I want to ask you about this. A lot of people are talking about this, right? Very recently, they rated all the singers, ¿verdad? Todos los cantantes, todo el mundo. They put Michael Jackson at 86. 86. Do you agree with that?
Did they put what?
Michael Jackson as 86 in the best singers. Do you think he should be higher?
Oh, well, I didn't even know that. But yeah, I think so. I think he's one of the greatest. No, like
That's what, that's the same thing I
yeah,
said. Like
definitely
she's
top 10, 15. But but that's but that's biased because I don't know like all the singers and but yeah, he's
eso
one of the
sí.
great ones.
But I said the same thing. Like he should at least be top 15 though. He doesn't have to be. No tiene que ser uno, pero top 15. Come, it's Mike. It's Mike. Michael says, "Is it true you don't have a phone? Is
Yes,
that
it's true.
possible?"
It is very true. It is very possible. I've lived my whole life without one, and maybe when I retire, I'll probably think about getting one. But so right now, don't need it.
Oh, a follow up question: why don't you have a phone? You don't. Is it that you don't like the social media aspect of it? Like, why don't you have a
It's
phone?
just in a distraction. I've seen, I've seen so many people just they're just stuck in it, and they don't. I just want to concentrate on what needs to be done for my career, for my life. But I just feel like it's a distraction, and you end up staying. And I have an iPad, and occasionally like I'll go on it, and you get stuck. I have a Switch that I watch YouTube, and you get stuck on it, and it's like you don't want to turn it off. So I'm like, no. With a phone is even worse because you have internet, you have social media, you have other stuff that's just gonna keep you distracted.
Coge mucha disciplina para no tener un teléfono en esta ira. Mucha disciplina. AJ is asking, do you like Marvel or DC?
I like Marvel.
Nah, every
Yeah, I'm a Marvel girl.
I dig it. I dig it. I think it's amazing though that you don't have a phone. Like that's incredible, bro. I'm like,
It's refreshing. You should try it.
I should. I will. Well, I can't, but I'll try to put it down and all the stuff. Now, when it comes to social media, because you've seen two different eras of boxing, would you say that social media has had a positive or negative impact on the sport? Because you've been around for both eras when social media really wasn't that popular, and now it's like it's a part of the sport almost. Do you
No, it definitely had an impact. A lot of, I mean, with social media influencers, they're making money. They're just putting a spotlight, and it's easier now for you to see fights on social media. People are doing YouTube lives, or on your phone. Everything is there. Like if you have, there's a Showtime app, there's a Zone app. You have whatever app. You can be anywhere in the world, and you can be in your car driving, and there's a fight you want to see. You have it right there on your phone. So I think it helped a lot for a lot of people to get recognized.
Drew asks, will you be on PFL pay-per-view cards with Jake Paul?
I'll be there in attendance. Yeah.
Yeah, because I wanted to ask that. We saw that he entered a deal with the PFL. PFL in
Yeah.
America is on ESPN, pero en otro país está on the Zone. Y si eso fuera una posibilidad, that would you fight on his cards on ESPN después de esta dos pelea that you're about to have?
I mean, I I don't know, but I mean, I'll definitely be in attendance, rooting him on,
I dig
cheering
it.
him on.
I dig it. I dig it. So let me think. Last question. Last question. It got to be a good one. It has to be a good one because I see that you're training.
Yeah, I'm about to spar right now, so.
Hey, what's a good question? Oh, what's your message to the young fighters that are coming through? La que están comenzando. What's your message to the young girls that are coming through, que están comenzando en este deporte?
Well, my message is to be patient. This game is it's not easy. Um, I'm telling you, it's not going to be easy, but in the end, it's going to be worth it. But you have to be very patient. Things are not going to come easily. The paydays are, I mean, they're getting better, but remember that it doesn't happen overnight. And be patient. I wish I could have told myself that. I'm glad I did. I was patient because it all came for the good part. But I mean, be patient and just work hard.
Jay asks, when you become undisputed, will you stay at 126 to defend your belts? Or if you beat Katie in the rematch, will you do the same at 135?
No, everyone I've been saying for years, featherweight is my my weight division. This is I believe that no one can beat me at featherweight. And 135 is a little too. It's big for me, but that's the only reason I'm gonna go to another division is to fight Katie Taylor for the rematch. But no, I will stay at featherweight.
One thing I wanted to ask you, because vemos que hay jovencitas que te están buscando. Sky Nicholson, she wants to fight you. Raven Chapman wants to fight you. For you as a champion, ¿cómo eso se siente when you
It's
see?
it's it's okay. They have the right mindset. They want to become champions, and obviously I have three out of four out of five of the belts. And when I become undisputed, I'm gonna have all the belts. So they have to, gun for me, root for me if they want to become champions. And I have respect for them. That's why that is the whole game. You want to become a champion or you become a fighter. So I have nothing against them. I did it when I wanted to become champion. So it's part of the game. I understand it.
Let me see. Westside pregunta, saludos, champ. Much love from the West Side. He's shouting you out. Drew says, go to what is your
Oh,
go to Puerto Rican?
mofongo.
Mofongo.
I'm sorry. I'm probably like the worst Puerto Rican, but I don't like. No me gusta pasteles. Me encanta mofongo con camarones. But yeah, mofongo definitely.
All right, let me see. Whatchamacallit? Jam Down asks, beyond this fight for Undisputed, is the rest of your career focused on maximizing income?
Of course, you always want to be able to. When I retire, I want to be able to retire peacefully and just be able to not have to retire and then in a couple of years have to come back for a comeback fight to make money. I don't want that. So I want to be definitely comfortable and be able to work maybe a gym, work other fighters, managing other fighters, sponsorships and stuff like that. So
Eso es lo
definitely
que yo
you
te
have to
quería
work.
preguntar, si es posible que you will train fighters, because I see that there's girls in Puerto Rico, ellas están boxeando, jovencita. Is it possible that you will open up a gym of your own?
Definitely, I definitely want to open up a gym. I don't think I will be a great trainer. I can be a great advisor, maybe manager, but I don't think I have it in me to be a good trainer. I'm just I will baby them, and it's just so funny because I've never been babied, but I just feel like I don't know because I've been in it. But I'll be a great advisor and guiding them down the right path.
Drew says, favorite venue, country you've seen a fight in?
Oh my God, I don't know. I've been to a couple of great places, but every place that I fought in has been amazing. But nothing beats MSG. No, that that fight with me and Katie was amazing.
Eso fue especial, una cosa especial. Recently, Ryan Garcia said, which different people have different views on what he said. Very recently, Ryan said that belts don't matter. Different people have different opinions on that. What is your opinion on that contention that in this era, los cinturones, they don't matter as much?
There were belts, you said?
Ajá, eso fue lo que él dijo, que belts, they don't matter as much.
I think they do matter because belts is what helps a fighter gain their income, their money. If you're a champion, you're gonna get more money. But now, like we said with the social media stuff, a lot of these influencers are making a lot more money, but they have the people coming to watch them and they paying for that. So I think as a champion, you definitely can make more money being the champion.
Con eso, Amanda, te voy a dejar quieta. Thank you so much for coming on.
No, no, gracias a ti.
And I know you're gonna win. I'm sure you've heard me say it a million times. I know you're gonna beat Erica. You're gonna become undisputed. You're gonna make that history. Feliz año nuevo y muchas gracias.
Igualmente. Y ya, te veo el 4 de febrero. Y
Yeah, let everybody know where they can
fight.
see you.
Great
Let
fight.
everybody know where they can see you. February 4th, Hulu Theater.
Yes. Become undisputed champion. By the way, undisputed champion. But it's not just about me. We have a great card. We have another great co-main event. Alicia Baumgartner trying to do the same thing. And the undercard is amazing too. We have a lot of great female fighters on it, and I'm super excited. I'm stoked, and you don't want to miss that fight.
Muchas
If you
gracias.
can't go, if you can't make it, you can watch it on the zone.
Thank you so much for your time, Amanda. Best wishes. Happy New Year.
No problem. You too. Have a good one.